Well, welcome back to Richard's Toy Room, and today we have a 2022 Mego. This is, in my opinion, one of the best figures that Mego has put out since they came back. Now, I bought two of these, one specifically to keep on card and one to open. Supposedly, these are limited to 5,000. I had absolutely no problem buying both of them. If you want one, I don't know if I'd wait forever. You can get them on Amazon, $20 with free shipping, Amazon Prime, which I think is probably close to the best deal you're going to find out there with shipping. And you might find it a couple dollars cheaper from some other sellers, but they're going to charge you shipping most likely. Anyhow, the problem with, you knew that was coming. The problem with this figure and all the figures that have come out in 2022 is Mego finally, after some announcements, has switched to a new body that does not use the traditional rubber bands that they used since the mid-70s. Unfortunately, they appear to be shorter than contemporary and classic Mego figures, which has caused an uproar in the Mego community. Let me rephrase that. Another uproar in the new Mego community. It's just like you sit there and you go, what's going to happen this week? I've never seen so much drama in a toy collecting thing than I have with these new Megos, but that's a whole another video, and I'm not going to go into it here. This is just on this figure, but it did apply. It has bearing on this figure, so that's why I brought it up. So we gonna open him up. This is the way I open up the new Megos and save the packaging. Instead of removing the bubble, I kind of cut through the three sides of it and just fold it up, and that's usually good enough. I mean, as you can see, it's cut and I can open it, but it still looks mint on card for, you know, if you ever wanted to sell it or whatever. I mean, obviously you'd have to declare that, but you know what I mean. I mean, it's better than tearing it off and tearing half the graphics off with it. So, I believe he's tied in here, but I'm not sure on that. No, maybe not. Nope, he's not. And then you've got your traditional, it does come with a lot of weapons, which is very different for new Mego stuff. They barely give you any accessories at all with things anymore. So, I mean, I would gladly pay another $1 or $2 and have a bunch of accessories come with each figure than just be getting cheaped out figures. Holy moly, these are tight joints. Wow. Now, I've seen pictures of these with broken parts. Not at the part I'm moving right now, but wow. Holy crap, these are tight. Wow, they feel like they could break easily. Good God. Now, I don't know if that translates into that they'll loosen up over time, kind of like the Fight and Furious figures, or if they're going to like be susceptible to breaking. I mean, these are really hard to bend. The knee joint's real easy to bend. It's got swivel feet, or I should say swivel ankles. Yeah, the knee joints are fine. The hip joints, they seem to be fine as well. They got movement as well. These hands, they rotate at both the hands and the elbows. course the head moves. His accessories are really cool, though. I mean, I'm going to give them credit where credit's due. They did a good job. I'm thinking that these are supposed to be up here between these lines. I don't know for sure, but they seem to fall down if they're not. That's a little better, huh? Guess we could take the little rubber band off his gun here. Well, it's kind of stuck on there, but let's see what we got. Well, we got a little droopy gun. I don't think it's supposed to do that. You can fix these flexible accessories by putting them in hot water and twisting them to the shape that you want them to, or they should be at, I should say, and then putting them into ice water real fast. That should set them to a new thing. Now these also have brand new hands on these new Megos. Good, they're nice and flexible, so you're not going to bust off fingers. They do have like little trigger fingers, but they're small for some reason. Let's see. It's almost, wow. The hands are almost too small to hold the gun. I think they are. I mean, tell me what you think. Look at this. Yeah, I think they got a problem there. They may need to redesign these hands to make them just a tad bigger. I mean, Mr. Droopy Gun. But you see, he can shoot ghetto style, you know. Boop, 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 boop. But, oh my God, these elbows, I'm almost afraid it's going to break. He's got this big knife. Let's see. Oops. Sword, I guess I should say. Well, you know what? Maybe you had to find the right point to bend these elbows. They do seem to be bending a little easier now. I mean, maybe I had them a little off. The shoulder joints are really tight. The waist is a lot like... Don't like the waist. And I've seen pictures of them without the clothes. I'm not going to unclothe them. You can go look online and see other videos of these without clothing. But there's a ball joint in the waist, and that's not a good design. It's sort of like the 14-inch figures, which suck. A mixture between those and the old Mattel retro action figures, which had horrible waists. And actually, I think it was probably more the hip joints on those. In fact, I have one right here. I can just show you. I picked up one of these really cheap. I was thinking of swapping the body on it. This is a Green Lantern. As you can see, that's the only thing that holds them up good is the suits. But they got the hula going. But the waists are also a little loose on these. Not as bad as the new Mego, but... And I found out the reason why on these is because it's got elastic just between the legs, and that's it. And it's just a really bad design. It's sort of like the fist fighters, the old Mego fist fighters. Anyway, we don't need to go on with that. So he does have a gun. I'm surprised they actually shelled out for some thread for the can't think of what they're called. Anyway, yeah, he does have another knife down here. Let's see if we can get the rubber band off of this. Yeah, it's just a shorter knife. I've never seen these accessories before either, so I'm not sure if these are brand new design or if they're just use some existing mold somewhere that they rented. But you haven't heard any stories on that. I can't quite. Oh, there we go. Okay. There. We've got his M16 on his back with the, what do you call that? The holster? Not the holster. The strap, whatever the hell it is. Okay. He is a cool ass figure though. So now let's just see. He does look a little short to me. Let's put him up against just your traditional. I can get him out of here. I just got a Batman sitting here with no cape or anything on. Make sure he's down in his boots so he's not cheating. Oh God, yeah. Well, let's spread his legs a little bit, give him a fair shot here. Yeah, he is a half a head taller than this Deathstroke figure. That's disappointing. Now, I've heard, I haven't seen proof 100% yet, that they have fixed the problem to make the bodies more in line with the traditional Mego size. And if that's true, that's great. I mean, I'll give them, like I said, I give them credit when credit's due, but I nail them when they deserve it. Now, as far as I'm concerned, the things that I told you, the complaints, whatever you want to call it, that I pointed out, legitimate complaints, but if it wasn't for the size, that's my biggest complaint, the size. If it wasn't for the size, I would give this thing 11 stars out of 10. I mean, this is probably my favorite figure that they've put out. It's just a shame that they did it on this stupid body. Now, if you really wanted to cheat, you could kind of pull him up in his boots a little bit. I don't know if he might not stay, though. You could put like a little ball of paper or something down in there to keep his heels from hitting the bottom of the boots, and then maybe he'd be... He's still not tall enough. Let's see. Yeah, now see, that's perfect. Oh, wait. You're too far away. I made him actually a little too tall. Well, if you want to look at the right angle. I have this coming down a little bit, but yeah, their feet are even there. And see, all I did was kind of pull him up in his boots a little bit. And that would be an interim fix. It doesn't look bad like that. And that would make him fit in better on display. You can see, and they're pretty much the same size. So, yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to knock off 2 grades for the size, so I'm going to give him a C plus instead of an A plus 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 plus. So, but oh yeah, cool figure. Definitely. Go grab him. And if you're one of them people that like to spend extra money, you can always swap the parts over to a taller body and or better body. I just don't like having to do that. You shouldn't have to do that when you're spending $20 on a figure. All right, so stay tuned for more great videos, and we'll see you again later.